Good evening and welcome to episode 7 of season 9 of Factory Town Pipe Mania, where we have got to industrial research with 78 points so we can buy the mining we wanted to do. However, we'll take a small step back because I forgot to explain something about pastures, which is kind of important, and I should have covered it last episode. But pastures are a unique building when it comes to upgrades because they have something that no other building has. It's kind of similar to how a barn works, but not really. Pastures, they have the standard, you can take this and add workers to it, and they add 0.5 workers per go. See, but that's fine. And they get the happiness bonus and everything's fine. But they also have this upgrade ability. You can upgrade a pasture, I believe, 5 times. And every time you do, it adds 0.5 work seconds without using another worker. So it can be worth doing just to give you a small boost to things with it. So if we add that there, and we add it again, we'll add 2 of them, then we come here and we're actually just doing 2 a second now because it has got, it doesn't actually show me, oh, there you go, upgrades there. Well, upgrades is 1 a second and the workers is 1 a second. It doesn't modify the upgrades. The upgrades are not like a stack on top of the workers, so it's not like you can upgrade and do it. But it just basically means you've upgraded the pasture and it now has more in it to add to the work unit. So it's a unique upgrade that no other building seems to have. Only the pasture has the upgrade to make it work faster. Can be useful to have, especially early on, because wood, planks and stone brick are fairly cheap, the first 2 upgrades. You can also do iron plates. Then I believe it goes on to more expensive things, but yeah, always it's always a good thing, especially upgrades just to level 2, and then you get obviously twice the amount of work speed at the same building for fairly cheap. So okay, with that covered, let's move on to what we're going to do, which is mining. We want to use mining to get things to do stuff. So let's go into our research tree. Let us scroll down here, and you can see we have mining, machinery, steam power, all this sort of thing. We need metal railroads as well, but we can't do that yet. That requires more research than we currently have. So let's do mining and machinery, because we can afford both of them. So we will go mining, button, and machinery. Button. There you go. Awesome. Okay. So, why do we want mining and machinery? What's the difference there? Well, mines work the same way foresters and farms do, but for deposits. Well, I say the same way. That's a half truth, because they don't. They do work the same way, but not for resources on the surface, which is a very strange thing to say because I've not mentioned this at all. But if you go underground to the mining layer here, boom, you will see there are resources underground. There are deposits underground of resources. So we have coal here, we have stone here, we've got more coal, some iron over here, some mana shards over here. Anywhere there is a resource on the surface, there will probably be a resource underground as well. In fact, there will be a resource underground. Now a mine will mine away at this and will actually remove all the stone on the surface, just like workers do. We'll actually delete all the stone on the surface and get rid of it. But the mines underground will not. They will regenerate. See, this actually has a yield. See here, it does the same thing. It has a yield. And if you add pickaxes to it, the yield will increase. So the same way trees work, the same way crops work, it will just increase underground. The problem is you can't plant resources, so we couldn't plant coal. At least not underground you can't. There is a way to do it. I will show you that. If you go into the editor, to edit rules, general rules, there's a thing called ore prospecting. This allows you to plant resources underground, so you can do it just like you've planted trees and just put them underground. But we're not going to do that because that's not part of the main game. That's not how it works there. Basically, the underground deposits will regenerate over time. To do it on the surface, you require Omni planters, which is a late game magic tech. So you need to be kind of careful to make sure you don't use up all your resources early on. We also need to research deep mining, which is something I don't think we have even unlocked yet. Now here, deep mining. So deep mining allows you to connect your mine shaft to your mine to mine shafts underground to spread its influence, so it can mine things from. So I can put one mine here, and it can mine both the stone and the coal. Right now, if I put a mine down, it will only be able to mine the stuff on the surface and the small area that it's covering underground. So, placing is important early on, but we're okay. We're okay for that. I'm going to let that box run out, and then we're going to put a mine up here to mine the coal. And then once we mine all the coal out, we can continue on with using the coal for power, which is fine. I could do the same here as well. We could put a mine down here, and we could get the all the iron here, which I'm tempted to do. In fact, I think I probably will do now. Actually, we'll do the one first now. But if I was to do this, well, you're still connected to enough tiles for water. You're still connected. That's fine. You just drop off your iron. Must remember, I've got that window in the way. And what we'll do is we will get a mine. But we can't build a mine, because a mine requires two things. A mine requires a pickaxe and reinforced plate. 10 pickaxes and 10 reinforced plates. And we're not making them. So really I should have left that worker in there. I should also left the coal doing a thing. That's okay. Pressing the wrong button. There we go. So we need to make pickaxes and reinforced plate. Reinforced iron is used in many places. Oh, we have a worker here doing nothing because we've run out of potatoes. Okay, we can get rid of you then. That means our happiness is going to drop because we have no more potatoes. But that's okay. We can figure that out later. Yeah, we're going to need reinforced planks. Are for us. Reinforced planks are very useful for building with, so I want them. Pickaxes you need to build mines, but that's about it. You can also supply it to the mines to get the deep mining thing done later, but not really necessary, if I'm honest with you. So I very rarely do it, but what we want to do is we want to set up a system where we are building reinforced planks and pickaxes. So, and also we need reinforced planks, I believe, for... No, we don't need... No, we only need normal planks for that. So, let's flatten down the top of this mountain. We'll reconnect that in a moment. Yep. Okay, and let's get the path. So we have a flat mountain here, and the reason I want to do it here is because we're already making iron down here. So I think we might as well use the iron, although we're not really making enough of it, which is a bit of a problem. Also, why have you stopped? Omni Pipes. I'm not getting enough iron in because you're not getting... You're just not working fast enough. Let's add more workers into there, speed it up a bit, but I'm struggling for iron. Iron is something that you'll probably build an awful lot of, like a real, you'll have forges set up building a lot of iron. In fact, we should probably do that. We should probably do that kind of now, and I need to fill in this lake. I can't build over the lake. I've been thinking about this. I can't really build over the lake with scaffolding or with platforms because then you can't connect Omni Pipes to them, which makes life awkward. You can do it above ground, so I suppose it's not impossible to do. However, even if you platform over the lake, you still cut off the pastures and things. So if we go to structural blocks and we grab, say, the wooden platform here, and I build across there. Boom. That has now cut off all the water from this place. It's not getting enough water in now. See, it's cut off all the water. So you'd have to raise it one above the water, which, I mean, it's doable. Just looks a little odd. Let me put the... don't need that on the action bar. Let's put the wood... Oh, must remember, drag to there. There we go. Boom. The reason I don't need the pillars is if I click scaffolding, you'll see down the bottom here we have two little buttons. If we press tab, we can switch between them, so you can always get the pillars or the scaffolding nice and easy. And the same for this, if you get the wooden platform out, you can press tab to switch through all of these. So really, I only need the platform there, and I can go through. You can also click them, but I really only need the platform here. I don't need any of this, but So if we went up one, now the great thing about this game is that it doesn't follow any real rules of logic when it comes to gravity. It doesn't follow any gravity rules at all. So what we can do is we can press the page up, page down button to move these up and down. So move them up a little bit above the water, and then we can just drag. And they float. They float above the water, which is fine. And that's not affecting this with water sources because it's fine. It's happy with that. And you can, of course, build on the end as you want to, like this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we kind of need a mine for this, which is a little awkward, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out. So I'm gonna pause the game. And we're gonna move this forge. We're gonna move this forge to be. It doesn't matter which way it faces, but I'm just gonna face it forward like that. Okay. Oh, actually, might as well fit in this gap behind here as well. There you go. And then we can actually move it back to there. There we go. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this forge, and if I hold Control and click, it will let me put the forges down and it will copy the recipe that's in them. Need some more stone brick. Why are we not stone brick? What's happened to our stone brick? Oh, pause the game. That's what's happened to our stone brick. Okay. And what we're going to do is you can't get to where you want to go. So you are going to... I'm going to move you to here. I could build a ramp and let this worker still do its thing here, but I'm not going to. What we're going to do instead is we are going to build a building, and I'm thinking of building a silo. Silo requires iron planks and planks. We'll build a silo, and we'll put the silo here. We'll say, hey you, would you take iron, drop it in that silo? Okay, now silos have an advantage over crates when it comes to storage in the fact that they are 3 high. So you can put things in the bottom and take stuff out the top, which is exactly what we want to do. If we go to our pipes, and really I should have Omni Pipes on the action bar. I don't know why I haven't got them on the action bar. Let's put them down there on the action bar. Boom. We check out Omni Pipes, and you see I can go to the side of this and I can output from anywhere. I've got 4, what else? We've got ground layer, 1, 2, 3, oh no, sorry, the ground, 1, 2, and 3. It's 4 different layers, and we can drag out from any point we want along. Now, I've messed up that there because I need to remember you've got to have the direction. Press tab to switch the direction. Forgot that was a thing. So we'll drag out along here, and I'm going to pause the game again because I don't know. I think that would auto output. Yeah, it will auto output because it knows there's stuff in there. To do. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut off this here for a moment. I'll pause the game again. There we go. And iron ore comes out of there. Cool. I'm then going to grab an Omni Connector, which means copying this one here, rotate it round, and if we click on there, nothing's going to happen because they are currently set to output. See, they've actually manually, when you put a connector down yourself, undoes auto config. I think if we tick auto config, it figures out that it needs to be an input or output, which is not what we want. We just want input. Input. Not quite sure why that is working. This wants to input. Oh, and it's been filtered to iron plates because it's thinking it's outputting from the connector. So we will just want to go, no, you can input anything you like. You should be auto-configured. Oh, you figured out you want to be an input output. We don't want that. We want input only. Yeah, we don't want output yet because now it's output something onto the line, which is not what we wanted. So let's pick up that item there. There is an item pick up item option. This is a little apple with an arrow. You can click anywhere on a belt or a pipe or anything like that, and it will just pick that one item up and put it into your town centre inventory. So there we go. Interesting that auto configures to an input output. I don't want it to output. So there we go. So now we're inputting iron ore into these here. So you're putting iron on here, and it will come down, and it will. The way Omni Pipes work is they don't do. They obviously they go input to here and then move on to the next one. So this one we get all the resources first, and then this one we get all the resources afterward. We then need to do the same with trees. Now we have trees here being travelled along, but we don't want to use this one. We don't want to use this one. Let's remove this one here. We could run a line underground and then connect it to above ground and then run along. Or we could just run the line above ground. I think for this case, I'm going to run it above ground just because it's easier to do what I want to do with it. So we're going to go up as high as we can go. We're going to drag this out here. I'm going to hoping it passes. It doesn't pass that there. That's okay. That's okay. We can run it to here. Run it to here. Press tab 2, I think. I'm going to go up. Over the top of the thing. Actually, I'm going to remove that. I've got 2. Not that. Just because it looks better. It looks better. You can cut through the roofs of things, but we don't want to do that. We want to do things as they are. And we will run this along to here. Like that. There we go. Boom. And then we're going to copy these Omni connectors, if I can get my mouse in there. Sometimes it's quite difficult to see what we're doing. Boom, there you go. And you are going to be manual. I'm not going to auto configure you because if I draw the line out, you will then start outputting. That. And there we go. And now if I unpause this and we mouse over this thing here, we'll see wood coming up and over and down. And wood will go into the first one and get the fuel. And then when that's full, goes into the second one, get the fuel. And there we go. And we have got our planks been made. And this can just be basically copy and pasted along. I don't actually even need to have this here. We can copy and paste this along as we go. We will have to add an Omni pipe on the end for the copy and pasting to work. Let's do that there. There we go. Boom. Do good. Omni pipe manual. Yeah, nothing coming out of that. Okay. It is a little difficult to click on Omni connectors when you're this close. I should have probably left a space between them so that we can run the line out, because right now it is extremely difficult. I am going to do that. I'm going to do that now. The great thing about this game is you can move things for free. It doesn't really cost anything to do. So let's remove those there. Boom, boom, like that. And then what we'll do is we will grab the bottom pipe and get it and drag it this way. This one, drag it this way. And that makes more sense as well, because it will Omni pipes, I believe, they will always go forward first. They follow the same principles as other ones. They go forward first, then go right, then go left. So right now, this one will actually be the one that gets all of the goods. But we can put splitters in to even stuff out. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. The splitters will make sure everything is split evenly. It makes more sense as well because now the connectors can be auto-configured to be plugged in. They're not going to pull anything out, so that's absolutely fine. Okay. Then we're making an iron there. That's good. We now need Omni pipes to come out of the front of these and go along. And I'm doing this all above ground because we are hovering above the lake. Can't do anything below the lake. We want to leave the lake there for the pasture. Later on, if I'm honest with you, the autofill for pastures to lakes aren't worth doing. So we may come back and fill this lake in anyway. But we can build in the 3D. The game is 3D. You can build up as high as that, as low as the water surface. So. And if you ever need to make a water area, you can come anywhere. And if you dig, like if I took this mountain here, if I dug a hole down here using the flatten tool or the dig tool, once you get to this level, it will become water inside. It just auto fills with water, so you never really have to worry about not having water nearby. But okay, so we need to output iron, and we need to output it into this barn here. Oh, that's easy, nice and easy. We will output like that. We will output that, and then what we'll do is we will press tab and go up and along, and it's a bit difficult to see where we want to go to. Trying to get the camera down as level as possible, but I'm going to hazard a guess there. And see, that'll do. That'll do. It's one higher than I expected, but that'll do. And that'll work absolutely perfectly fine. And we're going to have a lot of this. We're going to have a lot of pipes all floating around, doing weird things. You know, looking a little odd. But it's fine. It's absolutely fine. And there we go. So this will now output all the iron. The iron will come into there. And then this process will start kicking in and do this thing again. Which is awesome. And then we have two lots of iron being produced. I can increase the workers in this one to speed it up. Unfortunately, this is very quickly going to run out of iron. Because this one worker is not going to keep up with both of these for demand. So we want to build a mine. That's the whole point to this. The whole point of this is to get a mine. So to do the mine, we need pickaxes and reinforced planks. That was the point of it. So now we're getting more iron in. Hopefully we can get more iron in than we're using for our work here. So okay. Also want to get some herbs going for you as well because we want to research. Could we do that? I mean, temporarily we can do that here. Let's do that quickly. Oh look, I'm being distracted. Let's get some herbs. Don't know what your I don't know what the affinity is back here, but I'm just going to do that. There we go. Okay, and then we'll go underground. And you are configured for grain. Then we'll grab another one. Let's pause this for a moment. To there. Because that will auto-configure for grain, because the farm is only set to output grain. So, you want to go nothing. Go back into the farm. If we tick auto-manage now, click that button there, you'll see herb get ticked, because it knows there are herbs also connected to it. Also, every time we add anything to this, it will auto-add to it if auto-manage is enabled. So the farm will constantly be checking whether things are good. You can obviously just turn off things if you want to. You can untick this and just go, hey, would you just do grain and herbs? Don't worry about supplying water or fertilizer. There's no point to it. I don't know what sort of effect that has on the game. It may be a late game when you have many farms. Doing things manually is probably better, so the farm isn't auto-checking stuff all the time. Might speed up things. Maybe I should have done that in my game. My previous game. But now we have herbs on the filter underground, so we can get herbs. When the herbs grow, the herbs will go into here. And then this will be able to produce natural volume, natural knowledge homes. And then they will be auto-sold because we have this set to auto-output both. Both. Cool. Okay. So, pickaxes and reinforced planks. Well, for both of those, I believe we need a workshop. Boom. Let's put a workshop down there. And you, yes. You do pickaxe and you do reinforced plank. So, reinforced planks require planks, iron plates, and nails. We're not making nails yet. Pickaxes require reinforced planks and iron. So, I'm going to do both in the same place, which is not something I would normally do. But this is not the final build for this. Once we get up and running and we have some resources stored, I would much rather go somewhere and build a setup that has its own dedicated iron to making the things to do reinforced planks and its own iron to do things. So we'll build set areas for doing things, and I will ignore the happiness bonus from the towns. It would be nice to get, but it's not all that important. And we can do things like this. We can do platforms flying in the air. We can level off the top of mountains and things. Maybe not. I will be leveling some mountains down, but I won't be leveling everything down to sea level. Because if I wanted to do that, maybe I should have just done with the flat level. But inevitably, everything is going to just be on platforms and things. That's just how the game works. But we'll try. Okay, so we need nails as well. Well, nails is something we can do. Let's put another mine here. And I didn't hold control to put it down, so it doesn't have a recipe in it. When you're copying a building, if you hold control and click it, it will copy the recipe as well. So we want you to do nail, which is iron ore and fuel, which is awesome. So we can just literally copy this to there, copy this to there, and it'll do the job. And we can move this on later as well. So fantastic. And you'll get a nail. Nails need to come up to here. So we're going to have to do some floaty belt thing. Let's move this over to here, shall we? Also, let's do something here, shall we? We desperately need more iron coming in. Do we have... We haven't got the half the drill. Requires half the drill research. Which is here, which is under tech level 5. So by the time you get tech level 5, you've already got mining, so half the drills are pointless. Gotta say, I need to point that out. No, if you don't know what I'm talking about here, it's going to be a bit weird. But half the drill basically can harvest 10, I believe, ore in one hit, and then dump it somewhere. So it's basically a worker that can do 10 times what a worker can do. But you unlock it at tech level 5, and to get tech level 5, you would basically have to have already set up a mining system. And the mines produce things automatically. They don't require a worker to do it. So the half the drill's a little bit of a weird one. I feel like it should be in a tier earlier. It should definitely be in tier 4, so you can do it earlier. But it's a very strange thing. But oh well, I digress. Let's do this here. So we're gonna come out of there. We're gonna go up, along. It's very difficult to see on a 3D terrain where you're going to. I'm going to pause the game so that I don't... There we go. That's okay. So long as the path can connect underneath, it's fine, because it won't be blocking the path. There we go. And now you've got nails coming up to here. Awesome. We also want iron plates. So we're going to run a second line. Is that must be too high? Yeah. Too high. I'm not going to run it into the same iron plates. And you need reinforced planks, which have been produced here. We could just go underground and tap into it, but seeing as we're doing stuff above ground, let's just carry on doing everything above ground. Oh dear, oh dear. We don't want that. We don't want that. We want to come to there. Oh, no. Wait, what? We're not making planks up here? We're not making planks up here. That's doing paper. Oh no. That's not what we want. No. No. That's not what we want. Oh no. Oh, another thing to note as well. If I export this here. When you remove the pipe, press X to remove the pipe back, you'll notice the Omni Connector disappears. It is still there. Yeah, I can mouse over it, I can click it. It is still there, it just, for some bizarre reason, disappears. You need to make sure you click that, and then again to remove the pipe. I don't know why it disappears, it's just a thing it does. I believe Eric, the developer, is aware of it, but... yeah. Okay, so you're making paper, you're not making planks. Okay, in that case, let's get another lumber mill going over here to make planks. And we would instead tap into the wood line, which we can not do anywhere here very easily. Right, this line can be replaced. We don't need that line there, which means I can run a line this way, and then this way, and we are already getting the wonderful spaghetti. Embrace the spaghetti. But there we go. So you're now producing wood. Wood will come out and go into here. Fine, we may need to up people in here, I'm not sure. You're going to get that. You're going to produce planks. Let's go back underground. Just do that. There you go. Planks can go into here. So you will now be able to make reinforced planks. You will start filling up your own inventory first. With reinforced planks, which makes sense. Because obviously, you're going to fill up your own inventory first because that's how it goes. And then once you've got enough reinforced planks, you will start making pickaxes. And we will have pickaxes. And then we need to store both of these. Because obviously we can't use them if they're not being stored. So let's do that next. We'll put a barn smack bang dab in front of it. And I'm going to filter this with two different things. So we're going to filter it with reinforced planks and reinforced planks. And we're going to filter it with pickaxes. And no, I'm not. We're going to filter it with 3 reinforced planks and 1 pickaxe. Because we don't use that many pickaxes for building. Reinforced planks we do, however. I'm also going to set this to be an input just so I remember we always keep 50 for ourselves. And then we can just go bump and bump. And we're going to pick this one to be pickaxes and this one to be reinforced planks. And that's going to take a long time, because this is going to be very, very slow. It doesn't have that much iron. This whole system is kind of running dead because we don't have enough iron to do anything we want to be doing with it. So it's really going to be struggling. However, that is fine. That is absolutely fine, because this is building the things we need to build to make a mine. Once it has 10 of each, we'll be good to go. I might even, when it gets to 10 pickaxes, I might even turn off the pickaxe option. Just so we can build a single mine down here. But we will see. We will see. But we will see in the next episode. Because we're going to leave this one here. And we're going to come back next time. And embrace more spaghetti. Because, yay. Okay then. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one. And I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.